Okay, so this might be a long video. Um, I figured whether I should do a live stream or should I just make a video to like explain myself, like how I feel about um, this game and how I feel about Souls games in general. Now, before I continue, I just want everybody to understand I'm not like a huge fan of Souls games. I have played Dark Souls games in the past. It just wasn't my cup of tea. It was my cup of tea. It wasn't my shtick, if you will. Um, but it doesn't mean that I wouldn't look. I'm a gamer, and as a gamer, I like to try everything. I like to give everything a try. Okay. Um I even played Lumberjack the other day, yesterday, right? So I'm a gamer. I like to try things out for myself. Now, this is a Souls type game, like Dark Souls types game, like Bloodborne and Elden Ring. But on this one, I feel it's a little bit more balanced, to be honest with you. It, yeah, it is hard, but it's not as like super hard as, let's say, Elden Ring or all the other ones. You know, all the other Souls games out there, especially Dark Souls 3. Jesus H Christ. Bloodborne is hard. Bloodborne is really hard, but my goodness, Dark Souls 3, it's the next level. Anyway, so as we go through here, I'll talk about like this game. Uh, I do like the story. The story has a lot of mystique to it about this character and her feathers, right? She wakes up and she has these feathers, and now she's trying to, understand what's the meaning of these feathers, like, and what type of power does she possesses with these feathers. Um, One thing I will say, this is on the Xbox Series X, okay? I like how they have included variety of options of performance modes, and I would love to see more games do this. They also give you the ability to do sharpening. You can lock FPS or you can unlock FPS. Um, Performance mode comes in various different shapes and forms. You can do prioritize FPS. You can do balanced performance mode, which gives you a little bit better graphics and decent performance. And then you got prioritize the graphics, which only gives you 30 FPS. Um, However, if you want to experience a the best performance mode that this game can offer, I would suggest uh, unlocking your FPS where it says lock FPS, unlock it, turn off the motion blur, turn off the depth of field, and keep the sharpening at 7 and prioritize FPS. Prioritize FPS. And when you do that, the next step you want to do is you want to go to your settings, go to your display, and select 1440p, and it will automatically choose a 120 hertz for you. So now you can see that it's on 120 hertz, 1440p, 120 hertz. Okay, just give me 1 second. I need to change my controller really quick because this other control has been giving me some issues. So I'm plug in this controller. Okay. So make sure you do this. Select 1440p, 120 hertz, and then go back to the game. Resume. Confirm. So this is what you want. You want to prioritize FPS. Okay. Prioritize FPS. Turn off lock FPS because you want to unlock FPS. Turn off motion blur and depth of field and just keep it at prioritize FPS. Which, what this basically does, it prioritizes frames per second to achieve a higher frame. but it lowers the visual quality. But when you switch to 1440p, it makes it run even better with 120 hertz refresh rate, especially if your TV has it. And I have a LG, which is right here, LG C2. Okay, so now things are a little bit smoother. Now you'll be able to fight the enemies at ease, and that's what you want in a game like this. If you're on the console, if you're on the PC, then you don't have to worry about it. But if you're on the console, I think this is a pretty good variety of options for the graphics, but just keep in mind the quality will be a little bit lower, but that's okay. Alright, so let's continue with the game. So if you're on the Xbox Series X, the game does have a good variety of options for performance mode. As far as the combat, it does take some time getting used to. It's all about timing, and this is why the performance, it's very important this game. The latency and the performance in this game is the key. Anybody who plays Elden Ring, just ask my friend Cammy, anybody who plays Elden Ring or these Dark Souls games, they know they need the performance, and usually they're playing it on their PCs, but they know that the performance is the key here. And in this game, of course, you have that option of that 120 hertz refresh rate, 1440p, and a very good response time, low latency. I believe the game is set in China. You can ask around, talk to, individuals here, and they'll tell you exactly what your mission is, which I suggest that you do.
I scouted the Shu Sanctum a few days past. Aside from a deranged towers to the entrance, it seems safe. Rest there and search for clues.
So he's telling you where to go. Now keep in mind, just like in Elden Ring, when you die, you have to go back to that same checkpoint until you reach another checkpoint. Again, here, it's all about the timing. That's the one thing I learned about this game. It's about timing. And this is why it's important that your controller has a good response time, low latency. And I'm happy to report that on Xbox Series X, it runs. It's been optimized pretty well. You can tell that developers have actually done a great deal on the Xbox Series X to make sure that this thing runs smooth. So if you have a television that has 120 hertz, G-Sync and all that, or FreeSync, 120 hertz with a FreeSync. Majority of TVs usually they use the FreeSync, and this console uses the AMD FreeSync. So if you have a television that has a 120 hertz FreeSync mode, you should be in good hands. Now, as you progress in this game, it gets harder. It gets harder. But remember, it's all about the timing. It's all about timing the attacks. Now, going up this hill, obviously, it'll be harder just like with all of the Souls games, it gets harder as you progress. So, my initial thoughts, and please keep in mind, this is not a review. I mean, I haven't scratched the surface when it comes to this game. I haven't even scratched 1%. So, the way I'm grading this so far on this long video is based on what I'm experiencing, okay? Obviously, when I put more hours into this game, my opinions will change. I will have a difference of opinion, of course. people do change minds, and so do I. I do change my minds as well. And I'm testing this on the Xbox because on the PC, it's a PC, of course. On the PC, it's always going to look the best on the PC. So it's like, what's the point? But I think a lot of people are. I think majority of my viewers are focused on a console. They understand that the PC is a PC. It will handle. The games will always look the best on the PC. I think everybody knows that. But I think my audience is more concerned about the console versions of these games. And I'm happy to report that this game runs pretty darn good on a console. This is also available on the PlayStation. I just want people to know that this is not like a exclusive deal to Xbox. It is on Game Pass, and I'm pretty sure that due to the partnership they have with the Game Pass, I'm pretty sure that developers most likely have put a little extra care for Series X version in terms of optimization. But I'm also curious to see what developers have done with the PlayStation 5 Pro version. In terms, I think with the PS5 Pro, we'll have to wait for Digital Foundry. I think with the PS5 Pro version, I think with a prioritized FPS, you'll get a better resolution. You'll get a better resolution with a higher frame rate. So you can have a better clarity with a higher frame rate, and I think that's going to be a bonus for PS5 Pro users. Now, again, I don't have a PS5 Pro, so I cannot tell you. But I'm just speculating. I'm just guessing. Now, you can go up here if you want to, but I wouldn't suggest. I would just open that chest first. Because here's the thing. With this game, yes, it's challenging. Just like all the Souls games, it's challenging. And as you progress, it gets more challenging. As you progress, but also as you level up, things become a little bit easier. But I wouldn't say that this game it's like super hard in contrast to Elden Ring and all the other games like a WuChang, right? And Dark Souls and Demon Souls, especially Demon Souls, Dark Souls 3, and then Bloodborne. What I'm trying to say, From Software games are the most difficult. Yeah, you cannot use the water. That's right. That's right. You cannot use the water. She cannot. Yeah. So I'm glad this happened. Excuse me. I'm glad this happened, so that way you guys know that in this game, for whatever reasons, you're not supposed to jump in a river. The water is not good for you. Here you can upgrade your character depending on what skill points you have. Just give me a second here. Hold on. Wait a minute, let me see. Or am I wrong? Or I think you automatically level up. Hold on. No. It's here. It's here. Let me see. Yeah, level up. Impetus Repositori. So this is where you level up. This is the important part. Just like in, you know, Elden Ring and all the other Souls games. What is this? Blocking. Skyborn. Alright, I need this. Confirm. You don't have enough red mercury. So I need more red mercury in order to do this. How much red mercury do I have? Oh, that's why, because I died. I lost. So what you need to do, basically, before you, like in Elden Ring, before you progress, come back to this same level, come back to the same checkpoint, and use your mercury. So that's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to come back here and use my mercury. And I'm going to level up. You see? Come on. Alright, so let's continue on. Let's collect our mercury. And then I'll come back. I'll come back to the checkpoint, and I'm gonna level up. Alright, so we'll do the same thing here. So it plays just like a normal Souls game would play. It plays just like Elden Ring would play, and that's, you know, that's something that anybody who has played Elden Ring, they already know. But I'm also showing this for people who are new to the Souls games, you know. Just like I am new to the Souls games. So I'm like showcasing this for the people who are not familiar with the Souls games. See? I got 400 something, 446. What you call it? Hold on. Okay, this is where I died. And this is where I can pick up my stuff. Alright. There we go. Now I got 500 of these red things. I forgot the name. Forgive me. Let's just call them red stones. Alright, or whatever. So we're gonna go back. We're gonna go back and we're gonna level up our character, save our character. So if I die again, I'm gonna be starting at the point where I leveled up. It took me a while to understand how to play, you know, these Souls games, but I think once you learn how to play these Souls games, I think I can see why people are so like addicted to playing these games. Alright, so let's go back over here. And now we can level up. So you go to Impetus, Repository, and now I should be able to level up. This is what I want. I want the drop down low to launch free, Fierce Kick, Skyborn Might. Yes. How many do I need? I need 690 of red mercury. I'm sorry. I need 690 red mercury, so I need more. I need more red mercury, unfortunately. But that's okay. Can I rest and then have these enemies respawn again? So I can get my red mercury? Let's do that. Uh, I did say this video is going to be long. Um, you can also deposit, withdraw items here. You can also gain access to valuable items. You can invoke this and get the mercury. Oh, really? That's cool. Let me enter the dream. I'll need more red mercury. Alright. So now we get to fight the enemy again. Come on, come on. There we go. Now we can upgrade. Let's do that. So this is pretty much how you play these Souls games, and that's why I'm showing you this. It's really for the individuals like me and others who never played these Souls games. This is also, I think, good video for those of you. But this is not a review. This is just like my initial thoughts, walkthrough. You hearing this from someone who, first of all, I'm not a fan of Souls games. I think I already have established that. I already have made that clear beginning of this video. But at the same time, you can tell that this guy, this bozo right here, as a gamer, gives these games a fair shake. I think I do give games a fair shake because I play so much variety. If people go through my channel, they'll see nothing but variety, and I think that's what makes this channel so unique. The type of variety that I play, you're not going to find anywhere else. Just to be honest. Alright, so let's upgrade. So there's a lot of grind. Okay, it's just another thing I need to emphasize. When it comes to these Souls games, the one thing I learned from Cammy, my friend Cameron D, also known as Cammy D, and he's the master when it comes to these games. One thing I have learned from him, because he taught me how to play a little bit, Elden Ring for like 10 hours and 30 minutes, way back when we were doing it together on a live stream. I have learned that there's a certain strategy technique that you have to emphasize with these types of games. And strategy technique meaning that you have to have a strategy when you play these Souls games. You just can go in there and keep dying and keep dying. You have to be smart. You have to grind till you level up before you proceed to the next level. So you want to make sure you level up as much as you can, grind as much as you can, and when you reach to a certain level where you are confident that, hey, I'm strong enough, I have enough, red mercury, I leveled up enough that I can take on this next enemy, then you proceed to that next level. So that's pretty much what I have learned. And there's a lot of grind with these types of games. So you'll be grinding quite a lot, because that's what you're going to be doing essentially. grinding, and then leveling up your health, your strength, your swords, techniques, all that stuff. So this is a Skyborn Might for a greater potency. We're gonna go ahead and take this. Confirm it. There we go. And then there's this blocking. And then there's elusive. This is for the sword. This is only for the sword, and this one over here is for a heavy, for like a heavy, heavy weapons. And this is for like a heavy, heavy weapons, light weapons, heavy swords, and lighter swords. I hope this is like kind of helping you out understand like how to play this game. Again, this is not a review. This is not like me reviewing this game. This is just like me explaining to you as someone who is a freshman or a virgin of Souls games. Like think of me as like a virgin of Souls games. So here I am letting you know like how to play these types of games. Is this game hard? Well, yeah, sure. But is it harder than, let's say, Elden Ring? I think it's too early for me to say if it's harder than all the other ones, because Elden Ring, it's obviously a much bigger game, has much bigger bosses, and it's I can't really compare this game to Elden Ring and others of Souls games because I haven't even scratched the surface. I'm just so early in the game, so it's difficult for me to like to tell you if this is harder than Elden Ring or a little bit easier than Elden Ring. I can't really make that statement because I didn't get much in I'm not even scratching a 1%. It would be an understatement for me to say that I'm even scratching a 1%. I'm not even close to 1%. Is this game for everyone? You know, I hear this all the time. People say, well, not every game's made for everyone. Okay, there's another thing that I need to emphasize on. Not every game is created for everyone. That's why we have a variety of different games, variety of different genres. You know, people say to me, what about the Dune Awakening? Well, it's not for everyone. That's why, and it's not intended to be for everyone. Developers of this game, they know their audience. Developers of Dune Awakening, they know their audience. Developers of the New World, that Amazon MMO game, they know what their audience is. They know that the World of Warcraft is their audience, the MMO World of Warcraft audience. So these guys, they know who their audience is. Their audience is Elden Ring, Souls games, you know. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm gonna proceed. So what I'm gonna do next, I'm going to proceed. Hold on. To the to the next level, because I want you to see how difficult it gets when you get to the next level. You'll see that the enemies will be much harder now. It will be more difficult. Okay. I think we should prepare. Hold on. Wait a minute. So you'll see that the enemies will be much difficult as we approach. They will be much harder on this next level. You'll see. Not this guy, but once we go upstairs. You'll see how unforgiving it will be. Like right up here. You'll see. Just wait. Hold on. And you'll see as I go, further, the enemy will be harder. You'll see that right now as we approach up there. But that's how these games are designed, you know, to be more difficult. Now watch, you'll see. As we get there, we'll face a much more difficult opponent. And this guy's no joke. Can we save the checkpoint? Okay, we can save the checkpoint. That's good. Can we? Let me worship. Let me see if I can. That's good. We can save it. Do we have enough? Skyborn Might. Okay. Got it. Alright, so at least we got a checkpoint here. But you will see, as we go further, the enemy will be harder. You'll see that in a minute. As we start going further and further. Hold on. Trying to orient myself where it was. I think it was here. Yeah. Hold on. Oh yeah, down here. Oh yeah, I know where it's at. It's down here. There's a ladder up there. Yeah. You can run in this game. You press the A button and you keep sprinting. So there it is right there. No! Oh! Jesus. Oh my God, I fell down. I fell down like a douchebag. That's okay. I'll be able to pick up my stuff down there. Hold on. I gotta be careful. So I can go down there, pick up my stuff that I dropped. So it's all good. So I think this is the part where things gets really hard. And that's what I wanted to show you, how the game progresses. But that's normal for these types of games. That's why you need to grind and level up. But you'll see. Where did I drop my stuff? Anyway. It doesn't matter. Let's just continue. So things will get really hard from now on. Especially up here. Equip spells. So you can equip certain spells here. Like this one. It's all about the timing in this game. You have to time it. Hold on. Plunging attack. Alright. This will be hard right here. Hold on. See, this guy is much harder. Jeez. What about this dude? Oh, shit. You see, I told you. But I'll say this. As far as the WuChang Fallen Feathers, it is challenging, but I would say that Elden Ring and Dark Souls and Bloodborne and Demon Souls are much more difficult. I would say WuChang Fallen Feathers, it's more of a balanced Souls game. It is difficult, but it's not like to the level of difficulty that the Elden Ring and all the other Souls games have. So I think I already spent 40 minutes. So this is my initial thoughts on the game. Like I said, it's it's all about the grind. It's all about leveling up. It's all about learning the techniques of how to fight in this game and being strategical on how you proceed to the next level, right? So it's a combination of all of those things. I guess we could try it one more time. We could try one more time, see what we can do. But it's a combination of all of those things. Uh, Performance is the key. Low latency is the key in this one because it's all about that timing. Um, but I would say that this is a more of a balanced Souls game. Yeah, it's still hard. It's not, it's not an easy game by any stretch of imagination, but certainly it's a little bit. It's certainly more balanced than the other games. Here we go. You can lock on the enemy. Alright, they got me. Alright, so of course I'll have to, grind and I got lucky the first time. The first time I could have. It just, the other guy down on the floor surprised me. The guy that was laying on the floor surprised me. So here's the thing. It's a Souls game. But I think this is more balanced than Elden Ring and Demon Souls. I'm not saying this is an easy game. It's not. It's still a challenge, as you can see. As you progress throughout levels, the enemy gets harder and harder. But at the same time, if you compare this, I would say, to Elden Ring and Dark Souls 3 and Demon Souls, From Software it's brutal. From Software, it's unforgiving. I would say it's much more difficult. But that's my opinion. What do you guys think? Have you guys, for those of you who played Souls games, where would you rank this one so far in terms of like where does it rank up between Demon Souls, Dark Souls, Elden Ring, and WuChang? Right? Where would you rank this? All right, so there you have it. That's my look into this. My initial look into this game. I think I covered a lot of bases here. Just remember, I'm not even scratching the surface of this game, but I felt like I should do this long video to give you my perspective, because people have been asking me, and they've been saying to me, "Oh, you never give these games a fair share or fair shake." I do, man. I played Metroid Dread, I played Returnal, I played Demon Souls, I played Elden Ring. I do give these games a fair shake, but you have to understand, I'm not like a huge fan of these types of games. But as a gamer, okay, and I just want to end the video by saying this: as a gamer, I'm willing to give it a try. And that's what this video is about. It's me giving this game a try and letting you know what I think about it. And I spent 45 minutes doing so. I mean, if I didn't want to give this game a fair shake, why would I make a 45-minute video going through all of this, explaining all of this? So, It's a Souls game. It's a, I think, a little bit more balanced Souls game. It's, of course, difficult because it's a Souls game, but it's not impossible like some others. Some others like are like just ridiculously impossible, especially the Bloodborne. Even with leveling up, man, there's certain bosses in Bloodborne. It's just like unforgiving. So there you have it. You guys leave a comment. Let me know what you think. Am I going to be playing this? Yeah, I'll probably do a live stream. Why not? You know, just go through a live stream and just go through it. And then you have this video as well. So nobody can tell me that I'm not giving, you know, WuChang a fair shake. I am. So there you have it. It's not for everyone, but if you're someone who likes Souls games, I think you feel right at home. You know. And that's the video. 46 minutes. For those of you who stayed this long, for those of you who made it this far, thank you. I appreciate it. Because you get to hear a perspective for someone who is not a Souls fan, Souls types game fan. Okay, you're getting to hear this from someone who actually doesn't like Souls type games. But just because I don't like them doesn't mean that I wouldn't give them a try. You know, just because I don't see, that's the difference between me and other gamers. Other gamers, if they don't like a game, they shit all over it. I don't do that. If I don't like the game, I just say, hey, it's not for me, and I don't play it. But as a gamer, I like to try a little bit of everything. And I think that's the difference between me and other people. You know, just because the game is not for you doesn't mean you should shit on it. It means that it's not your type of game, but it doesn't mean that it's a bad game. It's just not for you. It's meant for someone else. Not every game is meant for everybody. You know, that's what people need to understand. I just want to end the video by saying this. Please, guys, understand this. Not every game is made for everyone. But just because you don't like it doesn't mean it's a bad game. It's just not for you, you know. But it doesn't mean it's a bad game, you know. Okay? So, that's all I wanted to say. All right, well, thank you for making it this far. This far in the video. I appreciate it. Okay? And I'll see you guys either in the next video or on a live stream. Thank you for watching. And big thanks to all of my members. Guys, please consider becoming a member. Okay? The best way to communicate with me, the best way to interact with me, it's through member chat. It's only $2. It's not the end of the world. I choose to do it this way because I want to have a cool community of individuals who actually care about what I'm doing here. I'm not interested in fly-by-nights. Okay, I'm interested in individuals who actually give a shit about, and they're genuine about what I'm trying to do here. So that way I don't waste their time and they don't waste my time. It's all fair and square. Okay? And that's the rules I set up. You know, I'm the... listen, I reserve the rights, guys. People ask me, well, it's my channel. Just right there, I reserve the rights. My channel, I reserve the rights. I reserve the rights to make the rules that I want to make. You want to reserve the rights to make your own rules? To make your own channel, dude. That's how this works. You know, you reserve the rights for your own channel, for your own trademark. You know, and this is the way I reserve the right for my channel. You know, that's why YouTube gives me these tools and abilities to make my channel the way I wanted it to be. You know, for those of you who don't like this, that's okay. I don't look. I'm not. That's the whole point. Before I end this video, I'm not like doing this to appeal to everybody. That's the whole point. I'm looking for those genuine subscribers and members who are my audience. I'm looking for my audience. I'm not looking for free-for-all fly-by-nights. Okay, I'm looking for a genuine audience that actually cares about my time and effort that I put into this, because this takes time and effort to put into this. It might be easy for you watching it, chilling out, watching it on a big screen, but it's not easy for me. I put a lot of time and effort and energy for this, so this is meant for people who appreciate what I do. And that's who I want to be part of this channel, those who appreciate my time and effort. And if you don't appreciate my time and effort, why should I even care about you? It's all fair game. So that's it. Anyway, 50 minutes. I think it's time to end this video. Like I said, WuChang, it's a Souls game. It is not for everyone, but if you're somebody who is willing to give this game a try, just understand there are certain strategies and techniques you need to master to learn how to play these types of games. Hopefully that this walkthrough, this video, can help you guys out, for those of you who are kind of new to these types of games, so that way you understand what the strategies are, how to grind it, and once you pick up on that, once you understand how to play this game, then the only thing that's left for you to do is to use that strategy and grind, and then keep on moving and moving and moving till you get to the next level and fight the next tougher enemies, bigger enemies, etc., etc. Okay? There you have it. Thank you for watching.